Do you guys remember back when everyone was reading fanfic and Wattpad and all that? We would keep what we read like on lock. No one was out there proclaiming to the whole world that they read, oh my word, I was kidnapped by One Direction. But now y'all are so comfortable with saying, I read student teacher romances, I love me a good mafia book. What happened to keeping things hush hush, guys? Let's do that. Let's bring that back. Some of these tropes we cannot talk about. Hello my lovies, I'm Lilian-Lee and welcome to my library. Before we get started, a few ground rules about the library. Number 1, please use your inside voices. Number 2, do be respectful to other library goers. And number 3, please remember to put back your books and materials where you found them. If you don't do so, this week your penalty will be that you have to have your least favorite trope be in every single book you read for the next 50 years. Now personally, I don't want an accidental pregnancy trope in every book I read. That is not my cup of tea. So whatever is your least favorite trope, that is all you'll get to read for the next 50 years if you don't put back the book where you found it. Now please and thank you. As you can probably tell from the title, today we are going to be ranking some book tropes. Now, I know, hypocritical me, the last video I uploaded before this one is like a book topic on are books spoilers? And yes, indeed, I still believe that they are, but they are still a little silly and goofy and fun. So today we are going to be ranking book tropes. So yeah, I'm excited for that. It's also going to be an unhinged book ranking of tropes. I have got some tiers, I've got some descriptions for where the book categories will fall under, and I'm going to say some things about some different tropes and we'll see what happens next. Let's just jump into it right away. I'm so excited. I put out all these tiers like a couple nights ago or something in the dead of night, so I really can't remember everything that's on this list. Those will be like new to me maybe, but I'm so excited to like react to everything. But let's start from the top, introducing our tiers. Our first tier, and again, the reason why this is unhinged is because it's so pop culture to me. It matters a lot that the tiers were named things that were pop culture references. I will insert a clip so the girls who don't understand will understand now why I'm laughing so hard at these tier titles. Our first tier is Snap Girl, I think you dropped something. My jaw.
Snap Girl, I think you dropped something. My jaw.
Now, these are the book tropes that just, I eat them up every time. My compliments to the chef. They are just so good. They keep getting better even. Anytime I encounter this trope, it is a 10 out of 10 experience, probably a 10 out of 10 book. They just, it don't get better than this. It don't get better than this. Next up, we have got Hey Pretty Princess, because are you talking to me? Is this trope talking to me? I am a pretty princess, thank you.
Who is that fine babe? Hey, pretty princess.
Are you talking to me?
Are there any other pretty princesses around?
No.
So books in this tier, they're not like the cream of the crop, but when they're calling my name, I will respond and be like, oh, hey, like, it's nice that you thought of me. Like, these are the kinds of books where these titles are so stupid. But these are the kinds of books where I feel like a pretty princess, you know? Like, I feel so honored to partake in the greatness of this trope. This is gonna be such a long video, like not long as in length, but like I'm gonna be laughing so much. Our next tier, where we're going deeper into like lower levels of my thoughts of tropes, but our next tier is I am Tonka Jahari.
I got a pizza delivery for a Tonka Jahari.
I'm Tonka Jahari, but I would never order a whole pizza for myself. I mean, I'll take it, but
Here.
I mean, you guys have to believe me, I would never order a whole pizza just for myself, though. It's like totally not mine, but I am Tonka Jahari.
This tier is for the books where it's sort of like an acquired taste, and also, I mean, it's here already. I might as well take the pizza. So I can't think of some tropes off the top of my head, but when I see them, I'm sure I'll know which one goes in the tier. But there'll be certain tropes and sometimes certain books where you're like, it's not what I would normally go for. It's not something I would order for myself willingly. But if I come across it, I mean, I am Tonka Jahari. I am a reader. I am an enjoyer of the small little things in life. I might as well partake in this trope. I might even enjoy it. So that is the next tier. Then as we go deeper into the trenches of tropes, we have got Peter, the horse is here.
Peter, the horse is here.
I just think it's so funny that the horse was just in the room. That's how I feel about tropes in this tier. Why are you here? I mean, like, I guess, welcome, come in. You're free to just like roam around in my life for a little bit, but like, please remember at the end of the day, you are a horse. You're not supposed to be here. So these are the kinds of tropes where I'm like, I'm enjoying it for a little bit. These are some cool, funky vibes, but eventually you need to get out. You're not welcome to stay for longer than needed. Then our next tier, amid the Tyra controversy, but I just love this line so much, but it is, I want to give you a 0, but that's not possible. So I give you a 1.
It is so bad, I want to give you a 0, but that's not possible. So I give you a 1.
Oh, she ate up that line. But these are the books where terrible execution, terrible, I don't know what you were thinking including this trope. I cannot understand why this trope is in existence. But I can't exactly give it a 0. There is some kind of saving grace in the execution of this trope sometimes. Maybe the book that it's in can also save it. So it depends. This is the it depends tier. I can't give you a 0, but at least I can give you that 1. You know what I mean? And then in our last tier, we have get 'em banned. Get 'em banned. We don't do that here. Oh, now I'm pissed.
Get 'em banned. Get 'em banned. We don't do that here. Oh, now I'm pissed.
Because these are the tropes that should not even be an arm's length from me. Okay, I'm scared that something wicked is at play with these tropes. We need to get them canceled, please. Get them banned, okay? But yeah, those are the tropes. Those are the trope tiers. And now to actually rank the trope. Okay, so the first one that we are going to be ranking today is enemies to lovers. And little old me, I just have to put it in snap, girl. I think you dropped something. My jaw, because every single time enemies to lovers will drop my jaw. The fact that two people can absolutely hate each other, but then they are like, maybe it's a forced proximity trope included with this. They have to work together, they have to be on the same side, or maybe they just learn to enjoy each other's company, be seeing each other as human beings that you might actually vibe with. Then you know, love, like, I don't even know how to explain how that makes me feel. I'm giggling at 3 a.m. I love enemies to lovers, but let's not get it twisted. I don't ever want to see an enemies to lovers in contemporary fiction. If it's like an office romance and you see the enemies to lovers, Jessica, no, put the pen down. Let's stop right there. That is not enemies to lovers. If we take something like The Cruel Prince, where Cardan literally drowns Jude, that is an enemies to lovers. I want you guys to hate each other's guts so that the fact that when you become lovers actually matters a whole lot more. That is an enemies to lovers. Next, we have academic rivals. Now, I haven't read a whole lot of academic rivals, so I'm just gonna put this at Hey Pretty Princess, I think. Yeah, I think that's what's gonna go for now, because I do enjoy the idea of two people who aren't like enemies, but they still do despise each other, but in the academic sense, you're competing with each other, you're trying to best the other person. I just think that's a really cool concept, especially if in the end you become lovers. Oh my word, this is a goated list. Next we have I Had Nowhere Else to Go, and no, let's put it all the way at the top. Snap, girl, this will drop my jaw every single time. And this especially works in a romantasy book where it's like a hurt comfort trope. Someone is hurt and you're comforting them, taking care of them. So the fact that maybe, and this is especially my favorite time it happens, when you've got characters on opposite sides of like a war or conflict or something like that, you are not on the same team, but you can go to this other character because like you literally had nowhere else to go, especially if he's like the villain and he comes to the female main character who's supposed to be like a hero type. Guys, send some recommendations. Oh my word, guys, I'm so sorry, I'm gonna scream so much. Okay, next we have got war/training college. Okay, I have read a few books that do include things like this. Either it's like the main idea of the book, or it's like a montage of sorts that we included. I will say, I think it's an I am Tonka Jahari for me. Like, I will take the pizza because the pizza is there and I will eat that pizza up. I will enjoy it. But I mean, I didn't order it, you know what I mean? I don't willingly go into books looking for war or training college or anything of that sort because it's not something that exactly does it for me. If it's coupled with like an enemies to lovers thing, maybe, I don't know. There's not a lot of times I would see myself really enjoying it. But yeah, I think I'm just Tonka Jahari for this. I will take the pizza. Next, we have a redemption arc. And I see right next door is a revenge or villain arc. So I'm going to rank them at the same time. So a redemption arc, I will take that to I am Tonka Jahari. But a revenge or villain arc, I will take to Hey Pretty Princess. Now, I do enjoy the idea of someone turning into a villain lots more than I enjoy someone no longer being a villain. I don't know, there's just something like frigalicious about a villain arc. But a redemption arc, someone going from like being a terrible person to like a lot better of a person, it is really nice. I'm glad that you could see that you were a trash person beforehand. Fix your ways up right now, sir, because it's especially always a man, isn't it? But I'm glad that you can see that you need to change for the better. Love that for you. But if I were to compare that to going to a villain, especially maybe in a romantasy book, I would prefer a villain arc. My books are trying to kill me. I'm getting scared. But our next trope on the list is a celebrity romance. Now, this I think I'm honestly gonna put at Pira the Horses here. No, I actually am gonna give it a 1. The more I think about it, I think let's throw it away. So I think this is like a perfect example of something where I can't give it a 0, but a 1 is the best I can do for you. Because the thing is with celebrity romances, it can do one of two things. It can just date the book too much, especially like if the kind of celebrity you are is very, very current, like if it's an influencer romance or a YouTube romance, like sometimes it can work, but yeah, it can date the book a lot. And then the second way that this just cannot work is the fact like, I just don't like to read that. It's just like, I don't want that in my book. I have not read a celebrity romance I genuinely enjoyed. It's not fun. Our next trope on the list is bodyguard romance. Now, I like the idea of it, but I will have to put it at I am Tonka Jahari. I think. Like, it's a fun idea that someone can fall in love with the person who has been protecting them, and it's cute. I love that, but specifically a bodyguard, I'm not the biggest fan of, but I mean I'll take it. But similarly, our next trope is princess and her knight. Now that I haven't read many books for, but I love the idea of it more than I do a bodyguard romance. So I mean, they're the same premise, but I guess the fantasy setting is what I enjoy more. I like to read both fantasy and romance books, but just the idea of a protector it makes more sense to me in a fantasy setting more than the standard romance setting. So a princess and her knight is like, Guys, give me a rec for this one as well. I think I've only read one book with this kind of trope, and I do know that I liked it. It's just so cute. It's just so goofy. Next, I almost threw up. Next, we have step-siblings, and oh my word, we have to get them banned. Get them banned right now. All of you who are watching, like, My Fault, Your Fault, all of that, I don't want none of that near my household. Do not come to my town Santa or anything like that. Like, get it out of my life. Why? Why, guys? Why? Why? That's all I have to say. No, don't explain to me. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. If you were raised in the assumption that you are siblings, even if not by blood, get that out of my life if you want to become lovers. Get banned right now. Okay, anyway, next one is office romance. Next is office romance, and I think that Peter the horse is here. So I don't have anything against an office romance, but they're kind of boring. So it's a very middle ground trope for me. Like, if it's done really well, I think I really will enjoy it. But it can be really bad. Not bad enough for me to want it banned. Not bad enough for me to give it a 0, but just enough that I'll be like, Peter the horse is here. Next we have... Close your eyes, girly pops. I wanna paint a scene for you. I wanna take you through the motions of this trope. Now imagine that we've got our two main characters. One of them says, I thought you knew how much I liked you. You know, I thought you felt the same, but I guess I was wrong. And the other one says, no, I thought you always hated me. I thought you have hated me forever. You never spoke to me after what happened 30 years ago. The one character says, no, I never hated you. I've always loved you. I told you in my letters. And then the other character says, what letters? Oh my gosh! Eat it up every single time. Eat it up. And my jaw is so dropped. It couldn't be more dropped. It's in the core of the earth, really. That's how dropped my jaw is. The fact that, like, guys, I can't explain it. Just what letters? That's all we need to know. What letters? Next, we have our two marriage tropes. So firstly, marriage of convenience and then arranged marriage. So marriage of convenience for me, it depends on the execution. Personally, I'm writing a book that's got marriage of convenience. Stay tuned for that. But most of the time, it really just depends on the execution. But I will say it makes me feel like a pretty princess. Like that's how marriage of convenience makes me feel. So I'm gonna put in Hey Pretty Princess. But when it comes to the arranged marriage, where did I take that? Oh, not me getting confused by my own chart. Yeah, marriage of convenience is Hey Pretty Princess, but arranged marriage makes me feel like Peter the horse is here. And I know they sound so similar, but I need to let you guys know that they are very different situations. Arranged marriage feels a little bit more forced for me. It's more external factors pushing you together, and I don't see anyone benefiting from the situation. That's more arranged marriage, or only one party benefits from it. But with marriage of convenience, it feels more internal because of the fact that you both want something really badly, and both of you will benefit from this marriage of convenience. It's like fake dating, but with higher stakes, both of the marriages. But marriage of convenience makes more sense to me because both of you will be benefiting from this arrangement, because like that's what it's all about, marriage of convenience. But arranged marriage, I've never read anything where both of them are benefiting. Like, they're good tropes, but marriage of convenience is more Pretty Princess for me. Next we have Chosen One, and I fear we need to leave the Chosen One tropes back in 2016 or that era where we were just reading dystopian novels, because hey, I'm going to give you a 1. The Chosen One trope, I feel like there's not much flavor we can add to the party anymore. There's nothing else we can do. If anything, I would appreciate a Chosen One trope where we are following this person the whole book, and maybe they don't want to be the Chosen One, and they finally get their wish, they're no longer the Chosen One, and after that, the new Chosen One is this one we might be semi-following, but the old chosen one is now jealous. So we've got like a jealousy, or when I've got a villain arc. Maybe that could be cool. I'd like to see a chosen one where they're stripped of their roles after having complained, and now they're turning into a villain. And now instead of saving the world, they want to end it. That is something I'd like to see. Drop some comments if you've got recommendations. But other than that, the same old like 16-year-old who needs to save the world. It's done, guys. Let's retire that. I'm tired of chosen one. Please. I don't like that trope. Oh, okay, the next one I see is I hate everyone but you. Guys, I hate everyone but you speaks to my core, to my soul. The fact that you can despise every single person on the planet. I love me especially a grumpy guy, but this one character just makes him change for the better. Not even change, he's got such a soft spot. And I think you see her up there, Love Theoretically. That is the one I think is the most perfect example. Like the main character in that novel, he's not like the biggest fan of other people. Even the Love Hypothesis, like he's not the biggest fan of everyone else. But there's something about you that makes me soft, that makes me not hate everyone. And I love that. Next we've got Grumpy Sunshine, very, very close to Hate Everyone But You. I will put it in Hey Pretty Princess because it's cute. I love the concept. It really gets me going. But I think the thing that it's missing for me most of the time is that it's always a grumpy guy and a sunshine girl. I would love to see tropes reverse once in a while. I think I only read one book, and that was back in my Wattpad days. Don't tell anyone I was back on there, but back in my Wattpad days, I read one book where it was grumpy girl, sunshine guy, and that I quite enjoyed. I wish I could go back, but like I do have the account. Let me go back and read the book. Okay, next we have Insta Love, and I fear I'm putting it in Get 'Em Banned. Now, this is a bit of a controversial take, but I really don't enjoy the thing that a character can see someone else and be like, I'm in love. It's love at first sight, but really I think a lot of books are mistaking Insta Love for Insta Lust. So we're getting confused, the lines are getting a bit blurry, but I love a slow burn. It's just me. I love a slow burn. I love to see connections be made. And Insta Love it doesn't do it for me. I don't feel as like strong hatred for it as I do Step Siblings, but I do give Insta Love 0, so that's why it's not in the above tier. So no. Oh no, accidental pregnancy is next, and yeah, that one is also getting banned. No discussions further. Oh, next we have the nightmare trope. Now this one does indeed make me feel like a pretty princess. I feel so happy when I see a nightmare trope used. So to explain it just a little bit, the nightmare trope is mostly like when we've got these two characters who maybe aren't that close yet. They don't have any reason to really care for each other, but one of them has a nightmare. And the other one finds a way to comfort this person through that experience, and that brings them a bit closer through that shared like trauma that you've just experienced. And so I like the idea of people coming together closer through a nightmare. Like I actually sound crazy, guys. I'm so sorry. I sound crazy. But it's a really good trope. Believe me, trust me, listen to me. Next we have Mafia. And I'm going to give you a 1 because I have never, and I mean it, never read a Mafia book I fully enjoy. I will always find a problem with a Mafia story. And silly little me should just figure out that maybe Mafia books aren't for me. Just stop reading them altogether. No, maybe I like putting myself through pain because I still read them. I still go through it. I need to take a cleanse from Mafia books, but there's a small aspect of them I can find redeeming sometimes, but other than that, then they're not my cup of tea. Next, immediately we're getting it banned. The teacher-student trope needs to be retired. Like that man dating a student is close to retirement. Let's retire the trope. Because guys, it is Pretty Little Liars that really made us think that this was okay, but realistically the teacher needs to end up in jail. Let's talk about that. In a high school setting, yeah, immediately no. Let's ban the student-teacher romances. In a university setting, I can understand why it's a little bit different, but it still is like a bit concerning when it's like a 19-year-old freshman in university and her 26-year-old teacher. Like, yeah, they're a little bit close in age, but the maturity levels are still different. She is still fresh out of high school, all right? She still was like listening to when she's supposed to have break, you know. She like, it was a very different experience. And for stuff like love theoretically or love hypothesis, I think it's love hypothesis. Yeah, that's the thing about Ali Hazelwood books, I can't distinguish them, but I love them all. I think it's love hypothesis that the male main character was a professor in university, but he wasn't her professor. So the only student-teacher romances I like is if he's a teacher. It's only in university settings I like it, but like if he's a teacher, but he doesn't teach this girl specifically, he's just a teacher in general. So that I'm fine with. Like the love hypothesis, it didn't bother me at all because he never directly taught her once. That's the only time I'm okay with it. Other than that, jail time. Like, let's stop it right now. Next, we have got the miscommunication trope. And I fear I'm going to put it in, I don't know if it's like either Peter the horses here or give you a 1, because I think it really depends. But for now, I think I just have to give it a 1, because more often than not, I really just dislike it. More like majority of the time, miscommunication upsets me, especially for the fact like there's no reason why the miscommunication could have happened. Like, what do you mean? I love a what letters trope, yes, but that mostly works in times where there's no other way you could have communicated. Like in fantasy books, they don't have phones. Of course, it's only going to be letters or via messenger, but if it's a contemporary romance and you like sent letters to someone and now that's the miscommunication because they didn't get the letters, you could have sent them like a WhatsApp maybe or an email if you wanted clarification. Telephone one of their siblings or something, that could have helped. So sometimes the miscommunication is like for a really stupid reason, and that I do not enjoy. But anyway, I digress. Next, we have this specific micro trope, which is oh, and this is like our confession tropes. And ooh, I'm a pretty princess when I read these. I feel so seen, so heard when I see oh and then another oh in italics. It's so beautiful. Like, you finally understand what has been going on all these years. You're like, oh, that's it. That's the one. Next, we have, you came, you called. Oh my gosh, guys, don't get me started. I think the best example where this just like, oh, it touched my heart was in Shatter Me. I think this was the second book that this happened, which, if I'm not mistaken, is... No, I'm not even going to try attempt to figure out what the second book's name is. It could be Unravel Me, it could be Define Me, I can't remember. There was a me somewhere in the title, that's all I know. Whichever one was the second Shatter Me. There's a scene where, I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but there's a scene where the main character like uses this pager to call someone, and like she's clicking it, and then he eventually comes, and like she was surprised that he actually came, and he's like, oh, like you did page me, baby girl, like I'm coming for you. Like, oh guys, it was so cool, especially like you weren't expecting it. And usually with the you came, you called, it's the kind of relationship where you didn't think that this person would actually come if this other person called, especially if it's an enemies to lovers kind of setting where you actually came, like you actually might kind of care about this person. I love that. So most definitely, you came, you called is way up there for me. Oh, that is dropping my jaw every single time. Next we have Not Like Other Girls, and immediately get them banned. I think we need to leave this back in 2014 dystopian books. Please and thank you. Leave your messy bun out of the picture. Next, we have Love Triangle, and Peter the horse is indeed here. I will especially dislike it if it's between brothers. I've never seen a good love triangle between brothers, and But in general, I won't mind a love triangle. The horse is indeed here, and I guess it'll just have to stay in the room. Next, we have got Second Chance, and I think the horse is also here for this. I don't think I'm ever going to like particularly like a second chance romance. I don't think I've read one I quite enjoy, but I guess it's here right now. And then cheating, yeah, that's also going beyond. I don't even need to like explain, don't need to justify. There's nothing about a cheating trope that I have enjoyed, that I ever will enjoy. It needs to stay in the bottom tier, yeah. Next, we have got Found Family, and I'm gonna put that in I Am Tonka Jahari. It's not that I don't like this trope, it's just, it's very come and go for me. In general, it's a nice trope, but it really depends. And yeah, the pizza is here, so I might as well take it. And I do quite enjoy the idea of people who aren't supposed to be like in it together to the end, coming together to be in it to the end, or whatever way can it be described. But I do enjoy the aspect of Found Family, but it's not a trope I will always be like, ooh, that's my bread and butter. I mean, the pizza is here. Next, we've got time travel, and I hate it. I really hate it. Oh my gosh, the worst. One of my least favorite books of all time is The Time Traveler's Wife. I'm not afraid to say it. I DNF'd that book. It was so I couldn't get behind it. The writing was kind of good, but the storyline was just so messy. Like, it was messy, so I can't stand a time travel romance. I can't remember another time travel romance I read, but there's too many international implications that I just can't get behind. So time travel as a trope has not been done well for me in any kind of romance sphere. Maybe in literary fiction or other kinds of fictions it works well. Yeah, I guess a good example in I think you would classify the series as fantasy, but Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, they do time travel in that book, and it is phenomenal. Miss Peregrine is one of my favorite series of all time. I love those books so much. Ransom Riggs is an amazing author, and he so happens to be married to Tahira Mafi, who wrote Shatami, and Shatami is also one of my favorite series. Love them so much. They're both great authors. So he did time travel amazingly, but The Time Traveler's Wife, no. So when it comes to what I primarily read, romances, time travel does not do it for me. I'm giving it a 1. Next, we've got age gap, and if you can see the little picture I put handcuffs. I hate age gap romances, and I don't mean an age gap when he's like 32 and she's maybe like 29. That's not what I mean. I mean if it's like she's 18 and he's like on the brink of expiration at the ripe old age of 40. No, let's put that away. Or in fantasy books where she is 19 and he's 700 years old. Delete it, get it banned. Next, we've got Friends with Benefits to Lovers, and this one I have to give a 1. Just tell me you're in an unhealthy situationship. Both of you go to therapy, please. Understand that you have more value than just being friends with benefits. Maybe also understand that you are meant to be together and not just friends with benefits from the get-go, and let's sort it all out. A friends with benefits story just does not hit the way you guys think it does. For me, it just does not hit. Next, we've got a sports romance, and I think this is I Am Tonka Jahari for me. Because, again, I might as well eat the pizza. My favorite sports romances I read are mostly hockey romances, ice hockey, and I don't mind them. They're really good. I would love to start also reading more figure skating and ballet, because those are sports I quite enjoy watching in general. But I don't really like football romances, soccer. Those I'm not fans of. One day I do want to write a MotoGP romance. I love watching MotoGP, so I've seen F1 romances that I also would like to watch. But so I do enjoy sports romances. They don't hit all the time for me because sometimes the books don't go too heavy into the sports side. It's more the romance side. So give us a little bit more technical things. That would be cool. But hey, I Am Tonka Jahari. Next, we've got Third Act Breakup, and I know exactly where this babe is going. Into our bottom tier. Please, I Am Pissed. Just finish the book. Just stop the book. I get that the third act needs to have something, but it can't always be a breakup, guys. Do something else. Just do something else. Next, we've got the one bed trope, and I think I'm Tanka Jahari for this. I know a lot of people see it as like top tier, or at least second top tier, but me, like, the pizza is here and it's okay. There's not so many ways one bed trope can be executed. It's the kind of micro trope where it can only go the one way. Like, can we please book a room for two? Yeah, sure. Here's our deluxe room. Oh no, there's only one bed. Oh no, I should go to reception and get this fixed. Well, we might as well stay here and sleep. Everyone's probably like, they don't have any more rooms booked or whatever, so like let's just use the bed. Like, that's the most basic way that it can go. What else is there to do? There's no variety to one bed trope, but I will eat it. So I like the trope, but I just wish there's different ways we could do it. Our next one is Shadow Daddy, and I fear, oh, I don't know how to feel about it. It's either the horse is here or I want to give you a 1. I think I'll just put it as Peter the horse is here, because I mean, like, I do like the idea of like a dark, brooding, mysterious guy, and most of the time in fantasy he does end up having like Shadow Daddy powers. Actually, I think it is a 1. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's a 1 because it gets so boring and repetitive. Why are you only mysterious? Have some more whimsy in your life, man. So I think it is a 1. There's not many I've thoroughly enjoyed. Like, anyway, next we've got the amnesia trope, and definitely Peter the horse is indeed here. When it's in a book, I don't exactly mind it, but I'm like, why are you here? What are you doing here? I sometimes it can be a bit weird because with student teacher romances, there's a huge power imbalance there. With an age gap, there's a huge power imbalance there. It's sort of, to me, it feels like you're taking advantage of the younger person or the student in those scenarios. And weirdly enough, I feel the same about amnesia tropes. The person who has lost their memory and the person who has the memory trying to get this person to realize, oh, we're meant to be together, stuff like that. It feels like a power imbalance. Just, if someone has lost their memory in these books, in real life, it's very different. This is just for books specifically. But if someone has lost their memory in a book, I would rather it go a completely different direction. Otherwise, it would just feel like a really weird power imbalance to me. Like, it would feel like you're forcing this person to love you. Why not them naturally fall in love with you or something? There's a K-drama I watched, Queen of Tears. Amazing K-drama, my favorite all the time. But the main character, she ends up losing her memory at one point. And so the way they go about it is they don't like force the male main character to try make them get back together, because again, that would be like a weird power imbalance, sort of him like forcing her together. But it's ended up being that her family, because she's like a rich billionaire, her family wanted him out of her life completely, so they weren't in the same environment anymore because external circumstances were pushing them apart. So that worked as an amnesia trope because she doesn't remember him, but also like he's not in her life for there to be a weird power imbalance. So I don't know how else to explain it. I feel like I've spoken about this too long. Anyway, next we've got brother's best friend. I feel like a pretty princess when I see brother's best friend, and the same with best friend's brother. Both of them, I'm just like, thanks guys, like this was for me, thank you. Next we've got friends to lovers, and this one I think is Hey Pretty Princess. Yeah, I do enjoy good friends to lovers story. The fact that someone can know you as a person, they chose you as a friend and you chose to continue being friends, and from there a beautiful relationship forms. I love that. That is so beautiful. It's so cute. And then our very last one is fake dating, and I think I'm gonna put that up there with, I think that's a Hey Pretty Princess. Like, it doesn't get me going the way the rest of the ones on the top tier go, so I think I'm just gonna put it a level below. Like, fake dating is a really good trope, but sometimes like it can fall flat just a little bit. I do especially love fake dating when the people are friends first. I don't like fake dating who are strangers, but I don't know, it's a good trope. But yeah, this is our final ranking. Oh my word. So with our top tier, as enemies to lovers, I had nowhere else to go. What letters? I hate everyone but you, and you came, you called. I think there's a trend in my life. I think I see, because all of these, when I was explaining it, I said it's especially good when they're enemies. I think there's an issue I need to talk to myself about, because these are mostly like, yeah, these are enemy plot lines. This is interesting to analyze. But then when we've got our very, very last trope with like step siblings, insta love, accidental pregnancy, like all of these look like jail time to me, and I love that. But shame, not like other girls is catching strays over there. But I love this. I love this tier ranking. I think all these tropes are exactly where they need to be. I would not want it any other way. This is exactly what I think of these tropes. But yeah, there are so many more tropes and micro tropes that I did not include. But this is a good start. This was way too unhinged. If I had more of these, girl, we'd be here for a couple days. But thank you so much. This was fun. Let's do it again sometime, girl. So that brings us to the end of this video. Again, I had so much fun, as you can clearly tell. I had so much fun ranking these tropes. I do still stand by the belief that tropes are spoilers as per my previous video, but they're still fun. They're still a little goofy and silly sometimes, so I might as well indulge in them. And yeah, this was really fun. So unfortunately, that brings us to the end. The library is closing for the day, but on your way out, please feel free to follow and subscribe, like, and also leave a comment telling me what is your favorite trope and a book recommendation for that. Or maybe you saw something in my, don't give me something from my bottom tier, maybe you saw something in the tier above the bottom tier that you're like, hey, this is a bit redeemable. Give me a recommendation from something in the tier above bottom. If you dare give me something from the bottom tier, if I see any of you recommend me a student, teacher, or age gap romance, I will come find you. Santa Claus will be coming to your town. All right, thank you. Again, please remember to put back your books and materials where you found them. If you don't, you will be fined with having all the books you read have your least favorite tropes for the next 50 years. So please put back everything where you found it. Now, it is getting dark right now, so yeah, this is time for me to go. Thank you so much for spending some time with me in the library today, and I can't wait to see you soon. Take care.